Welcome everyone to live stream number 27. Oh, it's so good to be here. Greetings all. 3 minutes early, Bonnie. I'm actually not really late today, and my signal looks like it's choppy again. All right, first and foremost, since we wasted so much time last week trying to get it sorted out, it looks like, and I rebooted my internet, but it looks like my signal is flashing again. Am I choppy? Who we got here? Hey, Barry's here. Barry and Mike and Bonnie. K3, how are you, sir? Is it muted? It shouldn't be. Can you guys hear me? All right, let's solve this really quick. Picture and audio. Hello, people. Who we got? Oh, there. Yeah, Mike is here. Hey, Gordon. Cecil is here. Abel is here. K3 Super 16. Thank you for popping in. Glad to see you, my friend. I hear you. Okay, good. I'm choppy, jittery. We went through this last week. Dag nabbit. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's choppy. I'm looking. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to switch to 720. Frozen. No, that didn't work. Yeah, I see. Guys, I see that it is not ideal right now, and I cannot understand why. My signal is strong. Hey, radios. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, it's jittery. I got to figure this out. I thought I had it solved because I did reset my modem and my router and thought that we had it figured out because everything in my house runs super smooth. It's Wi-Fi, Abel. I'm just using my laptop. Fun fact, Amazon here in Sweden sells Ektachrome and Super 8 cartridges without developing for a higher price than what Pro 8 does with the... That's terrible, Bonnie. Wonder if it's because I'm at 60 frames per second. I'm terrified to try and change all the settings while I'm streaming. Let me see. Hold on, guys. Oh, dare I do that? Yeah, it's showing me the frames are dropping like crazy. Hey, Manny. Manny, I'm trying to figure out why my stream is choppy again. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm saving for a Lomo tank. I love having Lomo tanks, Bonnie. There's no satisfaction like processing and scanning your own film. Unreal. So we're going to have to make do. I did drop it down to 30 frames per second. So I don't know what else to do. I mean, the first 20-something live streams went just fine. It's working now. Okay, Mike. I don't know. I don't know if it was because I had it set on 60. I changed it to match my camera's output. Maybe I had the settings wrong. Max headroom style. Oh my gosh. My gosh, I did see your message, Mike, and thank you for inviting K3 to our family. I appreciate it. Anyway, I don't want to spend any more time on this choppiness issue. I have just got to figure it out. If we can't, I might have to start streaming from my phone. I have K3 cameras, Mike. I have 2 of them. I have a almost brand new Filmboy24 converted Super 16 one, and I have a pretty rough standard 16 K3. I just wanted to just chat a little film talk, just go over a couple of things that I've been working on. I've been kind of busy, and just talk to you guys a little bit. Gosh, the thing is flashing red like crazy. Still going crazy. It's okay now. Bonnie, are you saving up for the UPB-1A, the Lomo tank, the 50-foot one, or the big one? Those big ones are ridiculously overpriced. CJ's here. Hello, my friend. Let me check the stream on my other side here. Oh, you're saving for a big one, Mike. I love having the big Lomos, but I can tell you they're harder to load than the little ones. They're not Lomos, they're the big tanks. So I just want to tell you guys, I have this booklet right here. And this book is full of YouTube ideas. And I want to continue filling it, but I have lots of different ideas that I jotted down. Different videos that I want to make. I really enjoy making the this camera versus this camera, or the battle videos. So if you guys can think of any particular video or something that you would like to see that is within, you guys know what I have basically and what I'm capable of, but within the realm of what I'm capable of doing, I'd love to hear about your ideas, because I want to fill this book up with some more fun ideas. I love experimenting with this versus this. That's what's fun for me. So if you can think of anything that you might, I do want to do a CP16 versus my Aeroflex 16S video. So that's down on here. In fact, I put it down just a few days ago. And I understand that's pretty much like comparing apples to oranges, because they're such different cameras, but they're the same format. So that's what I'm going to go for there. I want to do the K3 versus the H16. There's a lot of little battles that I want to attack. Hey Jeffrey, how are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. Was supposed to building one last week. So I'm saving for a big Lomo as well. The one I sent you back in September probably as a 50-foot one. In the meantime, I'm trying to create my own system. I would love to create my own system for... I even said that at the very beginning of the year. I did a video where I talked about wanting to build my own developing tank. And I know there's a fella, Victor, I believe his name is, in the Ukraine, that built an insanely beautiful 8mm and 16mm processing machine. A very compact, like maybe 4 feet by 4 feet. Which is compact for a self-contained cine-film processor. It's gorgeous. I tried to get a hold of him, but I've had no luck. Voices for Abel. Sorry. Yeah, I know it's freezing for some people and not for others. And I mean, I can look here and see that I'm having a hard time with the connection for some reason. The spirals are tough, Mike. I always thought they could be CNC machined. You know, the machine that goes around and out of aluminum. I always thought that would probably work better than anything. In fact, you could even use, probably, if you did it out of metal, you probably could make one that would hold 400 feet of film. You would think it would be lots and lots bigger, but it really wouldn't, because the farther you go out, you really start to pick up lengths. Went on a small trip for a couple of days, was going to do some video and photography. Ended up sick with the flu for the days I was there. Oh, that's awful. My oldest daughter got really sick this weekend too. That's terrible. I hate when trips are ruined like that. Bonnie says 310 versus 514 versus 840. Yeah, I know, Bonnie. I remember that. And the only thing is, I don't have a 310 XL. I have everything else. I just don't have a 310. And until I can find one for the right price, I'm probably SOL. Yeah, I know, Bonnie. A 400-foot Lomo tank, but I do think it's possible. I know people will call me crazy, but I do think it. And it would have to just be for 16 millimeter. I mean, you could make it for 35 also, but for 16, because Super 8 doesn't come in 400-foot lengths, but I don't know, CJ. It's a relatively up-to-date laptop. I really don't know. I bought it specifically for scanning film at 2K, and it does fine for that. What's crazy is it's always done well. I think the problem is I don't know this software very well. I use OBS, and I just don't know the software very well, and I know I'm messing up on a setting somewhere. Hey Christian, hi y'all. Sound is good. Image freezing all the time and jumping. Sorry. I was thinking of using vinyl LP and hot glue for the spirals. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Digging the t-shirt again. Oh, you got an ad in the middle? Just got a commercial. I turned those off. I don't know why that's happening, guys. Yeah, my t-shirt says, I just want to drink coffee and film things. Was close to getting a 310 XL for about $8, but I felt, it felt like I was buying, wait, hold on, Bonnie. I got the heart in front of here. XL for about $8, but I left it since I was buying like 8 other cameras at the same time. Yep, it's hard. It's hard sometimes. Let me see, guys. Give me just another second. Hold on. Let me see if I can. All right. Stream. Server. I have my video bitrate really high. I'm going to kick that down to about low, not as low, but I'm going to try to move, let me kick the bitrate down. I don't know, it was pretty high. I'm going to kick it down to about 6,000. I don't know if that's going to help. Kevin. That might make things worse. I don't know. Oh, iced coffee for the win. Kevin, you're a nut. As long as the auto continues, we should be okay. All right. I changed the bit rate. I don't know if that's going to do any good. Let me see if everything looks right. But I'm still blanking down here. It blinks red, yellow, green, or red and yellow. We're having all kinds of trouble. Yeah. As long as it was. By the way, the 100-year-old Cinekodak 60mm camera I sent you works great with film. Had a dummy roll in it, had no issues. Awesome, Bonnie. It's usually YouTube's fault, but yeah, bring that bit rate down. Yeah, it was at 10,000, CJ, and I kicked it down to, it's Maddie and Kat. I kicked it down to 6,000. I don't know if that's going to make any difference. It might be too late to do in the middle of a stream, but I did kick it down. We have dropped 1 million frames. Not a million, but a lot. It's Maddie and Kat. For the record, Maddie and Kat, that's my daughter and her friend. Alright, well, we can't worry about it too much. It didn't help, TJ. Yeah. Well, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave the bitrate like that, and then hopefully next week it does work. I don't know. Everything just suddenly, the last couple weeks has been a mess trying to figure the stream out. And I don't understand it because it has always worked. I honestly haven't done anything differently. Yeah. It's at 6,000. There isn't anything else I can think of. Bonnie, I have. I watched it with my daughter, and it was interesting. It was definitely not what I was expecting. I liked it, though. Barry. Just we can just pretend to support just a pod. It is a podcast. Onward and upward. Looking good now. Woohoo! Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to stay good, but we're going to just forge ahead. So this is live stream number 27. 27 times we have screwed up a live stream. That's awesome. What's everybody watching on? That's what I'm curious. I wrote that down. I was curious. You watching on a phone or an iPad or a computer screen? I kind of was curious what everybody... I typically will watch on my iPad when I watch live streams. I did some filming. Just want to catch everybody up. I did try Halloween. My kids went trick-or-treating. Laptop, iPhone, Mac, iPad. IOM is here. Run a hardwire to the modem. I know. I don't know if it's too late for that right now, though. Yeah, I know. I should. I'm gonna definitely do some experimenting for next week. We can't live stream like this. TV and phones over here, Maddie and Kat. Desktop, yeah. Sometimes laptops just decide they don't want to work with software anymore. It's frustrating. I need to get a better laptop for streaming. I watch on my Lenovo T431S so I can comment easier. Yeah, this is a decent laptop. It's an it's a Pavilion X360. It's pretty speedy, but I don't understand. Hey, Emil is here. I was just chatting with Emil on Instagram. Everybody say hi to Emil. He just popped in. We just connected via Instagram, and I mentioned the live stream. Emil, sorry, the live stream I know is going to be choppy. It's an issue that I'm trying to work out. I'm not 100% sure how yet. I've tried several things, and I just can't get it to work right. But what I was going to say is I took this little bad boy out. You guys know I like my XL401 by Minolta. So I took this out on Halloween with all the intention of the world of shooting this Vision 3 500T, brand spanking new, fresh from Kodak. And I've been having trouble with this camera, and I'm irritated by it. I don't think there's batteries in it. Yeah, there is. It runs fine until you put film in it, and then it wants to be sluggish. So I think I filmed for about a foot and took it out, and I think you guys know what I put the film in because it's super, super reliable. Right? This thing has never failed me, ever. So anyway, I put this 500T in my Canon 514 XL, and we walked around my neighborhood with my youngest daughter, and my oldest daughter walked around with her friend, and I just filmed stuff. Just lights, monsters, things. I have no idea how it came out for one simple reason. Haven't processed it yet. So look for that, hopefully. That's another thing I was going to mention. I say look for that. I shoot a lot of film, and it doesn't always come out well. It doesn't. It just, I mean, you guys have seen some that have come out decent, some that have come out terrible. For the most part, if it's terrible, I don't like to post it. So some of it comes out, some of it doesn't. So I may or may not show it. Watch it on my 70-inch TV, type it on my phone. Yes, Emilio, happy you're here. I did lower the bit rate. I lowered it from 10,000 to 6,000. And yes, Emilio, I do use OBS. It's solid red right now. So there's definitely something wrong. You shouldn't be having issues, but I'd put a banner on the screen. I don't know how to do that, CJ. WD-40. That fixes everything. Yeah, so if you guys have suggestions, I'm open to them. If anybody knows OBS really well, I can open the settings right now and check it. But outside of that, I don't know the software that well. I've been using it. This is my 27th time, but... All right, Emil, let me try what you just said. I'm going to lower it down to 3,000. What, can I do it now? It's at 6,000, but maybe it won't work until... Maybe it won't work until next time. It does say 6,000, but I'm going to lower it down even more. I don't think you can update video bitrate. Okay. Well, I changed it. It probably won't do anything, but I did change it to 3,000. We'll see. Hey, it's green. It just turned green. Would have to reset the stream. Now, I don't know, but my little notification, my little indicator down here is no longer red. It's green now. So, did that make any difference for anyone? Can you guys see better now? Or hear? Am I moving? Looking better now. Whoa. Whoa. Well, it's solid green. Video's looking good now. Real smooth. Oh my God, it's good now. Let's go. Thank you, Emil. I mean, he's in our stream for, 4 minutes and we already got it fixed. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, but... Okay. This is what my youngest daughter would tell me to do. Looking groovy. All right, so good. I feel good about that. Let's leave it at that. Nobody breathe. That's what I'm working on. I also shot this in this. You guys remember that video I did where I showed the, it was color film, but I don't remember what it was. We had our little family days little event over at the park where we were running around. They had a carnival and everything. Well, I shot this as well. I don't remember if it was pre-carnival. It was, no, it was during the event. But I shot this really old Plusx 7276, and I shot it in this, because you guys know I love this, and I just talked about it. So hopefully that comes out as well. Have not processed that. Look for it. Look for it. I've had such good luck with Plusx. It's the greatest Super 8 film ever made, ever, aside from maybe 50D. I don't know why we're getting ads. All right, 2 things I'm going to look into. Ads. Well, one thing now. Ads during stream. We can't have that anymore. I thought I fixed it last week, and I don't know why you're getting them. Irritating. Ads during stream. Bold letters. I've got premium, so I only got a blip of blankness. Should not get ads. Plusx and Tri-X are my favorite right now. I'm not a huge fan of Tri-X, but I like it. I do like Tri-X. I just like the fine, tight grain of old Plusx. They don't make Plusx anymore, so in Super 8, so I don't know if they make it at all, actually. But I do like Tri-X. Double X is not bad, but boy, the tight, beautiful grain of Plusx. I have 5 rolls of 7276 Plusx for my upcoming. Yeah, now you're talking. Well, CJ and Cecil, I need premium. If the AFS help you get, wait. If the ads help you get more money, I'm good with them. If they don't help me get any more money, Mike, honestly. I make so little money from ads on this. I don't know how to turn. I would turn them off of my stream, to be honest with you. And I thought I did. We're red again. Okay. Anyway. I want to show you guys some found film. Should I keep the freezer? I just remembered that I'm supposed to be working in a camera store tomorrow. Whoa, good job, Bonnie. Should I keep it in the freezer. Oh, I got it from a Kodak freezer raid, and I have kept them in my... Yes, I always, if I have room, I have a deep freezer in my garage that's all the way full of film. So I have to keep some in my house. So keep it in the freezer if you can, absolutely. Filmboy24 merch is where the money... Yeah. You guys remember the t-shirt from last week? I need to get those made. Dave made them for me. He made the logo. So I have some found still film. You guys know I just posted a video, very quick, short video, less than a minute, of some 127 film that was found. And it was sent to me by Pittsburgh Estate Sales, who's been a huge fan and a great supporter of the channel. And he sends me some films when he gets them at different estates. So I decided I was going to put some videos together with found still film, which I have been doing. But I just wanted to show you guys, I've processed a lot of found still film already and haven't shown it. But I wanted to kind of give you a quick rundown of some of the found still film that I have. Let me show you. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys this. This is a Cameraman Mike found still film, and it's Ektachrome 160 E6 process. Look at that, 35 millimeter. This is 4 rolls that I've had for a few months. I can't remember. I think I got them on. Yeah, I got them on eBay. 4 different. They're kind of cool. They're like rainbow colors. All 120 film. This is film that Pittsburgh Estate Sale my buddy Mike sends to me. Just a little variety of films in there. He has sent me also some Super 8 as well as some regular 8. That's just the ice of the Titberg. And then, what do we got? I have this. This is all fully exposed. This is a pretty large bag of film. See how thick that is? This is film that still has to be processed, and every single roll in here has been previously exposed. Not by me. Yeah, that was crazy. There is a thawing process of meal. I usually like to leave my film sit out for 24 hours. I wouldn't take it out and shoot it right away. Yeah, because of the condensation. But I've never had a problem if I let it sit on the counter for a little while. You could probably get away with just most of the day. How about a video on batteries and alternatives? That's not a bad idea. I don't know if I'll do a whole video, Mike, but just as a quick aside, this camera right here, it may not be that way for yours. I cannot get rechargeable batteries to work in this camera. We have a lot of rechargeable batteries. I've tried a ton of different brands, and I can't get them to work at all in that camera. I have to use alkaline batteries in that. Filmboy merch. That Kodak processor, that was crazy, Barry. There has to be a way to adapt that thing. I store all my film, apart from Polaroid film, in my freezer. Yeah, I definitely recommend the freezer. Yeah, what was the subject? I don't know what that was, Mike. My first guess was that it was a template or what you call it? I thought it was like a template or a jig for something. I used to weld aluminum when I had my company Glide Shot, and I made tons of jigs out of aluminum. I thought it was like maybe a boat mold or something that they were going to use as a jig for something, but I don't really know. It could be an actual product. I don't know what in the world he was making. I was hoping somebody would be able to figure it out. I love your best video of the film from the 50s. Thank you, Emil. I'm also looking forward to the reveal of Joey after all these years. I am too, Mike, and I think I know who he is now. And I've seen a picture of him, a relatively recent picture, but I don't know how to get a hold of him yet. By the way, the 100-year-old camera had some film in it. I can probably send it to you if you want. Is it roll film, Bonnie? Is it in a daylight spool? Reveal. Awesome, thank you. Great answer. Oh, of course, Emil. I have Kodak batteries in my 514 XL. You had to ruin it, didn't you, Bonnie? My wife and I went to Ross the other day. It's just a big discount clothing store, but they have like some really little knickknacks and things, and that's why I like to go for. And I wanted to show you guys what I found for $6. Look at that. Dun, 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 dun. Kodak batteries, AA's. $6 for 12 of them. Is that no, 16 pack. I've never had Kodak AA batteries, and I don't know if they have a date on them or not. Yeah, oh, they expired. 5 of 23. That doesn't mean anything. They're still good batteries. We're going to test them and just see how well they work in the cameras for $6. Has a lot to do with the. It has a lot to do with the facets behind voltage. Some rechargeables have. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it all has even more to do with the milliamps, right, Mike? It's on a 50-foot daylight spool. You know, if it's on a daylight spool, Bonnie, and you know for sure that it's been exposed, if you feel like sending it, I'll take a look at it. I have the same, but they are red instead of black. I wonder if there's a difference. Maybe one's better than the other? This has 12 times more power than something. I don't know what it's more power for. Silver oxide is your friend. Hey there, that's a big bag of, hey, certain exposures. Yes, this is full. It's all been previously exposed. Look at that, that's all 110, or I mean 120 film. Tons of different types of films. I have disc film, tons of disc film. I have 126 film. I have 110 film. I have APS film, you know, the little drop-in cartridges. This bag is full. There's a lot of film in there. But that's not it. We also have this bag. And I think this is all 35 millimeter film. And it's relatively full as well. And if I have, you know, like I get it off eBay or something, guys, I've been buying film for many years. And I've been buying cameras for many years too. You guys know I have a plethora of 35 millimeter cameras. And a lot of those cameras had film in them. You know, when you buy an old camera, sometimes it has film in it. So I have just collected over the years, and it's you know, it's not a 5-minute process to develop a roll of film. Though if you can do still film, you can do movie film. Though it's, you know, it's a lot easier to do still film, and I get to it when I can. Yes, it is all exposed. Hey, Nisi is here. You can get rechargeable AA lithium batteries nowadays. They are 1.5 volt. Through a circuit board inside, lowers the 3.7 voltage to 1.5 volts. They are ideal for applications that don't work well with one. I did not know that. I did not know that. But one thing I did know is that I did build, and you guys have already seen this, I did build batteries for, that peaked my audio. I just saw it go red. I built batteries for my Aeroflex. And you guys have seen this. I did a video, I've done a couple videos where I put these batteries together. You guys remember these? They are 8.4 volt. I added an on-off switch, my 4-pin XLR input here. On the side I put that's the 2.1 millimeter plug for charging. See it there? And I used the AA size rechargeable batteries. My first round was, I made one battery and I used, I think they were like 1200 milliamps. Well, that doesn't give you a lot of juice. It's still 8.4 volts, but it doesn't give you longevity. It's not made for high drain devices like the camera that I have. I did put the on-off switch, wired that in so that I could actually remotely start and stop my Aeroflex, and it works great that way. So then I did these 3 batteries, and I used 2200 milliamp batteries, the AA size, and they work much better, much better. And I did them really cheaply, like under $20 or $25 a piece. And you know, Aeroflex 16S batteries, the aftermarket ones are expensive, 150 bucks up to 300. So I did that. but I still am not overly super happy. But I did do 3 of them, and as long as I keep them all charged, I can run about a 400-foot magazine with 1 fully charged battery, or about 4 100-foot loads. So I just decided I'm going to try something else. I haven't done it yet, but it's coming. So I bought this project box, and show you the difference, because that's what these are. They're just those little project boxes. See the difference? I know it's kind of dark, but see there? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these. These are sub-C batteries. They're rechargeable. They're just generics. They're not name brand or anything. So we're going to try to make an Aeroflex battery, 8.4 volts, with sub-C size, which is a tiny bit smaller than a C battery. But these are 4,800 milliamps. Now, I don't want to go crazy. I've done a little bit of research, not a lot. But I think the Aeroflex, the original Aeroflex batteries, required somewhere around 3.5 to 4 amps. That are not required, but that's what they recommended. So I'm close to 5 amps, 8.4 volts, 5 amps with these. And I should get longevity out of them because they're sub-C and they're going to last a little bit longer. And it takes 7 of these, by the way. So we're going to see how well this works in this bigger container or bigger box with all of the same goodies that I put in that one. And let's see if I can get 3 or 4 400-foot mags out of it. Do I have 122 film? I do, somewhere. Yes, I do have 122 film somewhere, Bonnie. I've processed 122 film as well. That's a good question, Emil. I originally bought it several years ago, well before my YouTube channel, to practice home developing without wasting my own film. And then when I got a couple rolls of it, namely Super 8, I've been buying, I actually started processing, excuse me, still film, found still film just out of, not necessity, but I'd have a camera, I bought a used camera and it had old film in it. So I just processed it, I thought it was kind of neat. But as far as cine film, I started doing that to practice my film developing, cine film developing. And that's how I got into, because I ended up getting some interesting results. There's only been one film that I've ever gotten. It was a Super 8 film. And if you followed my channel from the beginning, you know that I post pretty much every found film I ever develop, unless it's inappropriate. And I did finally come across one that was wildly inappropriate to post on YouTube. I showed a very small clip of the film before she got started. So it was... yeah, there's only been one in the years that I've been doing this that I wasn't able to post. The Shocky diodes. I don't know what that is, Mike. I'm not good with electrical things. There's a 310XL on auction for $40 here in Sweden. You better get that, Bonnie. Brilliant solution. Thank you, Mike. Should work great. I'm hoping. Katie is here. So is Lyndon. Hello. That's so fascinating. A very affordable way to practice. Yeah, that's what I thought, Emil. Just, practice with someone else's issue. There was a Convis that sold for $370 yesterday. What Convis was it? Was it the 16 millimeter? Or was it the 35 millimeter? She got started. For a Convis movie camera that is fairly low price, but lately I've seen that on eBay. They also often try to sell Convis movie cameras at a low price. They're very neat looking. Oh, 35 millimeter with a motor and lenses. That seems like a good deal. That seems like a really good deal. What are they? The Convis, they have the 1A or something like that. I've never had those cameras, but I always thought they were cool. I actually like the 16 millimeter that kind of mimics the look of the 16S. I don't know the model name, but it's a neat looking camera. Oh, voltage reducing diodes. I've used them in Gaussian light meters. I use the old Mercury 645s. Okay, very good. I know how to solder or solder, but I don't know a lot about diodes and resistors and that kind of thing, but I should study them up. With motor and 3 lenses, that's awesome. So keep an eye out for this. This is something I really want to get started on. I want to make some more battery packs for my Aeroflex, and this I think is the route that I'm going to take for that. Stay tuned. Ugh. Let me try to move it without destroying everything. I do want to show you a project that I was working on for a fella. I don't know if you guys remember or not. Oh, this is the charger, by the way, that I didn't make the charger. But this is the, you have to modify the end, and I use these, what are they, what brand? This Tenergy? I don't know what that one is. Tenergy brand is a pretty decent brand, but I have to modify the tip of the chargers, because I think they're made for like radio controlled stuff. But see, I put the little 2.1 millimeter tip, I soldered in there and heat shrink it on, and boom, I can charge my batteries. But that's what I use for my Airy. I've been working on a project for a guy for a couple years now, or about a year and a half. The most inconvenient thing for this movie camera is it has a motor without stabilization, then it needs voltage of 7.5 volts, rather rare yeah, that's odd. 7.5. Is that for the Convus 35 millimeter? That's an odd voltage. Where are you based out of, if that's okay? That's okay to ask, of course. I'm in Florida, Emil, Central Florida. Max, now you have me curious about the Convus cameras. Yeah, those Convus cameras are neat looking. It's a very affordable way to get into 35 millimeter. And if you don't want to do the Airy 2C route, which the Airy 2C is a little clunky as far as I'm concerned. The way the motor is. There's an auction house here. Wow, Bonnie, that's expensive. So I've been working on this project. He's shooting a movie, a feature. And he's shooting it in digital, but a lot of it is in VHS and Super 8. It's a found film movie. Now, you don't have to like found film movies. Found footage. A found footage movie. And he's shooting it in digital, but a lot of it, like I say, is in VHS and Super 8. So he sent me the newest batch. I've done quite a few Super 8 films for him already, like maybe 15 or 20. But he sent me more, and I just want to show you guys how I do it. It's not necessarily the right way, but it's my way. I pull the film using my rewinds in the dark from the cartridge. This is 200T. Now, obviously, I'm not going to open that. But this is 200T. He sends it to me, and you can see there's no film in there now, because you gotta snap the back. You know, you gotta go counterclockwise until you hear that little pin break in the back. That releases the film and lets you pull it freely. If you don't snap that, it's very difficult to get the film out. And then I wind it onto a 50-foot reel, and then you gotta rewind it again back onto another 50-foot reel, which I do. And then just for safety, it's in a snap case, and yeah, it's in these snap cases like that. But then I put it in a black bag, I double fold it, I fold it back over, put it in a second black bag, and I fold it over again. There's no way that light is getting into this now. This film is now ready. Then I can take the rewind out, and I have limited space. Then I can take the rewind out and just load my Lomo whenever it's possible, whenever it's convenient. So that's how I store the films. He's, like I say, he sent me 6 of the most recent batch, and I've done 2 so far. I just did these yesterday. He sent me a Pro 8mm, but I think it was beyond its free service. So he sent me a Pro 8mm and some 500T and some 200T. All Vision 3. This is 200T, and these came out fine. I mixed a brand spanking new batch of ECN2 chemicals just for him. His project, I have no affiliation with, but I strongly support, is called the Point Pleasant tapes, based on the Point Pleasant Mothman sort of myth. I think it was in the 60s, am I right? Was it the 60s? Somewhere in New Jersey. But he's doing a really cool project. And like I say, all of the Super 8 film is coming through me. So if you're interested in checking it out, check it out. The Point Pleasant tapes. Where are you? I was offered an Arri S with lenses for $1,900. That's not a bad deal, Mike. It depends on the lenses, but it's typically the standard lenses, the 10, the 25, and the 50. I paid about that for mine, a little more. I paid $2 for mine. One thing you want to know or make sure of if you're buying an Arri S is make sure, or an Arri M or BL, make sure you get the power cords with it. It's super, super important to get the power cords, especially for the S, because they're impossible to find. Unless you get the modification that takes the 4-pin XLR. Amazing, I grew up in Daytona. Was there a market for your jib? Wait. Was there a market for your jib and rig business in Florida, or were you? That's awesome. I'm in Daytona. Well, I'm next to Daytona. I'm in Port Orange, Emil. There was not really a market in Daytona for my jib business, but mine was worldwide. I shipped to 67 different countries while I was in that business for 17 years. So mine was all mail order. Everything I did was pretty much mail order. Where in Daytona did you grow up? There are just two problems with 35mm. The film stock processing and scanning is very expensive, and all the owner cameras shoot Academy. Yeah, it is you're right about that, Christian. There's no reason. 4 perf is a huge waste. Yeah, and it's expensive. And 400 feet doesn't last nearly as long as 400 feet of 16mm. Found Footage Film Festival. February's fabulous Filmboy24. Jeffrey. That's pretty awesome. I agree, but I would love for my 16mm film to be transferred onto 35. Yeah, that would be awesome. Lyndon B says, was thinking the other day how many films across the world were left in cameras and never processed. I guess you know, Lyndon, that's a good question. What's even more sad is how many were left in those cameras and tossed, or gotten by people and just opened, and then, oh, it's old film. They take it out and they throw it away, and we'll never see it ever. It's a sad thing. You're from Ormond. No kidding, Emil. I grew up in Ormond. I went to Ormond Junior High School. I went to Ormond Elementary, and I went to Mainland High School. Small world. Emil, do you mean directly printed on 35mm stock? That is expensive. Yeah, it's very expensive. Unable. I don't know who prints film anymore. It's a lost art. It really is. Cinelab Boston is expensive. They make your producers. Yeah, make it your producer's problem. Am I still streaming okay? Because I am getting red again down here, red and yellow. I wish more cinemas would still show movies on film. Oppenheimer on film was truly something different than digital. I still have not seen that, but I'm dying to. I decided to start continuing with my, thank you, Katie, with my horror script. I told my wife the other day that I need to get back into it, and so I just started revisiting that. I started writing a script about 5 years ago, a horror film, slasher film, because I'm a horror slasher fanatic, and I started revisiting my script that I started that I started writing several years ago. And I'm getting excited about it again, which is a good thing. Because as soon as I get it finished, I know Christian is dying for me to shoot it in 16 millimeter, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. It's about, first draft is about a quarter of the way done. Oh, it is laggy, Emil. Okay. It's a little laggy, but you sound great. I think that's all that matters right now. You could go as low as 1500 bit rate, but quality will begin to be lost. Yeah, I definitely am going to do some research on why this is happening. I'm going to do some tests and hopefully have it sorted by the time we get back next week. It says CPU 1.8, 1.9%, 60 frames per second. Kilobits per second, 6700, 81. It's going back and forth. That's supposed to be my live gauge here. I don't know what's going on with it. I can tell you the dropped frames are 78,000, which is 39.7% right now. Hard writing through, yeah, hard wiring through Ethernet. I know that's the way to go. I'm going to see if I can do that. I don't have an Ethernet port on this laptop. I don't think. No, I do not. I'm going to try to sort this out. Insist on archiving on 35 millimeter print. Yeah, Christian. I know. You want 16. An inexpensive 35 millimeter motion picture camera would be cool for low light shots, 500T, in combination with 16 millimeter for slower stocks. Would be. I actually have a movie. It's a low budget independent film that someone shot 10 or 12 years ago using the Convis 35 millimeter camera. You should look it up. I don't even think anyone can get it anymore. It's called Hunting Dragonflies. And it's all 35 millimeter. It was shot in 35 millimeter. I can't remember where, somewhere in the Midwest in the States. But I got a hold of the guy that did it. And this has been some years. And he sent me a copy of it. And it looks good. It's a very, very low budget. There's very little dialogue. And I think he did it just because he wanted to shoot on that camera. But it's an interesting little film. So you might want to look for it. Can't believe we are both from Ormond. My mind is kind of blank. Yeah, I grew up in Ormond, way out west 40. My dad still lives out there, and dad and stepmom. Let's convince Michael to shoot his feature on 16. Oh, you went to Seabreeze. We were rivals. I bet you I graduated long before you did, though, Emil. I don't know. I don't know how old you are. I graduated high school in the 80s. Okay, what else? Anybody got anything else? That's all I had written. Oh, it always work. I know this stream. Gosh, I'm very annoyed by. I'm very, very annoyed. I need to learn more about the software itself, and I don't know if it's the software that is giving me the issues, or if it's YouTube, or if it's my connection, or if it's everything combined. What is the age range of everyone in here? I don't know. I can tell you my age range, 55. True Film. No, we should try to convince him to do it on 35. Woo! How was our anniversary? We had a great anniversary dinner. We went to a place called Takara Steakhouse. Steak and Asian. It was amazing. My wife got a huge plate full of sushi. Emil is 28. Happy to help with all of your stream needs. Awesome. 28. Barry, 72. I got a new camera, Kodak Duoflex film for... Oh, nice, Katie. Abel is 62. Mike is 63. Almost 41. CJ. See, so you and me and Mike. You, me, and Nisi. 55 crew. New World Film. Steven, I didn't know you... Oh, yeah, did I know you were here? Steven is 34. Katie, almost 50. Well, happy almost 50, Katie. Let's go. I'm the Emil, you're the baby. 56 going on 25. Jeffrey. We did have a good anniversary, Mike. We had a lot of fun. But you can tell we're getting up there in age because we were home by like 8. It's awesome. I have 2 kids, and my older daughter now is old enough where she can watch the younger one. I got started a little later in life with kids. Most people my age have kids that are grown, you know, in college or out. I was a little later in life. Oh, that's kind of cool. Where's everybody from? I kind of know where everybody's from or where you're at. Sorry, you might have missed my message, but let's connect. I will be in Ormond very soon. Gotta go. Great talking with you. Love this community. Thank you, Emil. Everybody say goodbye to Emil. Seems like a solid film guy. If you're in Ormond, hit me up. Burning the Midnight Oil. Kansas. Yeah, Mike, I know you are a Kansas guy. Dallas, Texas. Katie. Get out of here, bug. I know, Christian, you're in, are you Germany? No. Gothenburg, Sweden. Same as PewDiePie. I don't know how you say his name. Bye, Emil. Yeah, that was neat running into Emil. It's very interesting that we're from the same neck of the woods. Who'da thunk? That's all I got, guys. We've been an hour. I have things I have to take care of. We missed radios. I know he's working. Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Mike, you ever think of selling stock 8mm, 60mm, and 35mm? Light burn stuff. I thought about it, Jeffrey, and I have so much of it. Tons of it, but I don't know. By the way, I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. Fast one again. I know, Mike. It goes by quick. Yeah, I'm not good at that, Jeffrey. I have so much. I think I need to get it. If I were ever really going to do that, I would have to get it professionally scanned first. My scanner does a fair job, but it's not a professional high-end scanner. I do have the 4K on order. Going on 20 months. Did I just say that out loud? Yeah, it was fast. I got like 60 empty DVDs last week. What? Empty? You mean blank, right, Bonnie? Yeah, but that would be very expensive. These cameras hard. Better input and questions. Yes, Michael. Had another great time. See everyone next time. Barry, thank you as always. And the Mikes and Bonnie and Katie and, I can't go through names. Jeffrey, all of you guys, really, it's awesome that you guys stop in. This is why I do it. I mean, I love this little tight-knit community that we have here. Christian, oh, everybody, Stephen, Bonnie, Katie, Emil, Nisi, CJ, Abel, Remjet we missed. Did I get everyone? I don't think I did. But I gotta go. Who's Penn? Hey, Penn. Thank you. Thank you for popping in. Thank you, Max, for jumping in. Honestly, thank you, Max. Jeffrey, I love being here with y'all. Take care. See you Sunday. Thanks, Stephen. All right, guys, I'm out. Thank you guys so much for joining yet another fun-filled and exciting Filmboy24 live stream. And we will see you on next Sunday.